Welcome to the episode of Just Whatever Let's Talk podcast. I'm your host, Kevin, and you probably know that my first episode was actually released out last week. But intentionally, I feel like everything that I was talking about, which is really nice, I get to release it out. I get to talk about everything that would happen to me. In a sense, I feel like my life has been procrastinating. Of course, I talked about that in the last episode, but today I woke up in the morning. It is currently 8 o'clock right now, and I just feel like it is so fresh. Like, even though I'm kind of feel sore a little bit from my last night, because I was actually sitting on the chair and just like working on my assignment all day. But I think that I'm kind of getting a lot of like emotion that I can feel like I can go to sleep early, because like every single day I might end up going to sleep at 2, 3, or 4 a.m. because I just feel like I need to do something better. I need to do something productive. And so I stay up late a lot, which really is not good, to be honest. But I think that one of the best things that I've learned about doing that is I help myself fight through all those kind of problems that I faced in life, because I'm kind of like spending a lot of time at the night time, like doing research and just do a lot of thinking about what I'm gonna be like in the future, what I'm going to do in tomorrow. And it's just like sometimes I feel like it's not good to think that way, but staying up late and feel like that, it just kind of really make me feel so motivated after I wake up. But there is a con for that. Like, literally, like, when you woke up every single day, you just feel like it's not right. Like, it's just not like the correct hour that you wanted to sleep. So it just feel annoying, like, to sleep at like 3 or 4 a.m., wake up at 10 to 12, which means like we waste a lot of time in the morning. So, like, right now, I prefer to sleep like you know, maybe going to sleep at 12 or maybe 11, so that I can woke up 8 or 9 or maybe 7:30, which is really productive in the morning because like you woke up. But Australia right now is currently pretty cold. Like, it's like the winter started, and like the weather is kind of really cold. As you know, like Melbourne is like a changeable weather city. You can't predict the weather well. So right now it's almost winter, and it's like almost the end of March, which means the winter is coming soon. I believe that it's just kind of really cold. It's just gonna be so cold, so I have to like, you know, go to sleep early. My hand is like literally freezing every day when it's winter, and I have to use like a hot water bag, just to hug it up and so that I don't feel cold. Also, like, there are heater in my house, but I think that maybe it will be open once in a while, because like, if you open every day, the electricity is gonna be like crazy, crazy. And yeah, I guess that's the first topic that I wanted to talk about, because I just want to like, maybe talk about what's going on in my situation right now. Yes. And second of all, this topic is kind of really random, but let's just talk about lover. The last episode I was actually talking about the toxic relationship, but this episode, why not talking about what is going on about being loved and love someone? So like I said, like loving someone that they don't appreciate your action or whatever, it's just kind of really toxic to me. But if you kind of find someone who's actually really appreciate things that you do for them, even small little thing like a text message in the morning, or maybe just like tune in there and just ask them like how are they doing, like whatever it is, like, so it just kind of really just a show of an action that tells them that you love them. It's really meaningful to them. So maybe if you love someone, do something to the fullest. I know sometimes we kind of feel lost about ourselves, like we forgot to love ourselves, but we should love ourselves, but we still have to do it anyway. We still have to love our partners to the fullest and just do whatever makes do whatever makes us happy. I do enjoy talking a lot these days. I don't know why I spend time like 30 minutes to 40 minutes talking about in the podcast, but I personally think that everybody deserves something better. So I try to organize myself, and I did. Sometimes I feel like I don't have like things to talk about, but a lot have happened in my life because us growing up, we kind of feel like we have to go through so many things, like unpredictable things, and in life there are so many things to offer. And so if you think that you kind of meet the problem, or maybe there are many problems that happen in your life, I think you should probably take your time to think about it and just figure it out one by one and try to have a good conversation with someone that you kind of feel trusted, and release it all out. Because if you keep it, it's gonna be hard to hold on. Sorry guys, it's literally made me sick because I don't know why waking up this morning just I feel unwell, but I'm happy. I feel so happy. Back to the love topic. My lover is coming to Australia yesterday, which is insanely happened to me yesterday, and I'm just glad. Literally, it's been 3 or 4 months already that we don't get to meet each other, and I was actually waiting for that person. I have a really confidential information that I gotta tell you guys, but I'm just so happy. And today we catching up because we have to catch up, because even if the second day I just want to spend time with that person and just be happy, enjoy the moment, because I was actually committed to this person a lot, and I feel like I might not know what happened, but it's a little bit hard for me to even understand why am I feeling this way. And there are so many things that happen in the world, but if that person is the person that you think that is going to be so freaking good and get along with you, why not go for it? Sometimes it's amazing to have someone who you can talk to, spend time talking about this and that. I don't know what I'm talking about again. Literally, the topic just running all over the place. If you guys don't want to listen, it's fine. Literally, I agree, because there's too much to think about. Random topic, random talk, just nothing to be specifically. But I do want to talk about that because it's just a typical thing that people kind of talk. And for me, I think that I talk to myself a lot, every single day, because I need to figure out things and just trying to think about what's going on in my life. So talking to myself is kind of a crazy thing to do, but I found out that a lot of people did the same thing as well. So I'm just okay, that should be fine. There shouldn't be a problem. And there are so many things that I wanted to talk about. And you know what? I suddenly feel like my life has some meaning in it. Personally, last time I think that I don't have all those kind of emotion. I don't think that I have any meanings at all, but to think about it, all those kind of journey helps me to go through all this and that, and just leads me to a point where I just feel like I did that and I achieved it, and I I live in Australia now, like, which means I am achieving something, like, literally something important in my life is happening, And it's amazing. Uh, I just feel like it's hard to even talk about everything, but, you know, talking about study, I am in uni. I am currently studying at Victoria University, which is like in Victoria, Melbourne. And this is my third year. Like, literally, it is my third year. Can you imagine? Like, I've been here for 3 years already, but due to COVID-19, I got back to Cambodia for a year and a half, which is crazy and insanely happened to be so stressful. And my life was really hectic, but in a sense, it's just always happy too, because I get to do a lot of things. I get to do my internship for the first time. I get to hang out a lot. I get to see the other side of people and just like giving up all those kind of darkest time and just like focusing on myself. Um, Studying architects. Let's just talk about architecture. So architecture have been my number one goal that I wanted to build a house for my mom. Like I wanted to study that. I wanted to know how to do something that I feel like I want to make my mom proud. But eventually, I believe that I love drawing, I love creating something new, but once I get here, I feel like it's not right. I just feel like my life has not determined on anything because I feel like I focus too much on general thing, and maybe at some point I don't know what happened to me before I get into college, or maybe like you know uni. Because right now, I feel like my number one passionate about is not architecture anymore. But I have to do it. Like, I have to achieve it in terms of just like letting myself out of the bachelor degree. Because, like, my bachelor degree will be finished by this year and I will be graduated. And just, I am looking for a goal. Like, I'm looking for something new. I'm looking for something that I can be, like, the better person and do whatever makes me happy. But on the other hand, I have to do this job, and I feel like it's not that I hate it, but I just feel like I appreciate things that I do. So maybe we just keep it going and see how it goes, because I think that maybe we kind of lost track a bit, but once we found out that we kind of get back to the track, it shouldn't be a problem. I promise, like, literally, I'm gonna be the better person and I'm gonna be the better architects. And, yeah. There are so many ups and downs, like working as an architect, because like I think being an architect is just something that people kind of need to focus on, something that is extravagant. It's like more development in terms of doing technology, different types of material, and so on. So everything needs to be new all the time, so it's kind of really interesting to see everything update like once in a year or maybe half year. There were so many programs that related to architecture, and it is really hard to even think about like how many programs that we need to focus on. But I do think that we all needs to learn it in terms of having like a real career that you wanted to do. Yeah, talking about the university, I haven't been to school for such a long time, literally. Like, I swear to God, like, in the last 2 years, I've never really go to school because we were having COVID-19. I was actually doing online class, so I wasn't be able to go to like the uni, like the actual uni. So everywhere is closed. Even right now, the uni is still doing online class. And I'm just like so pissed about that because I can't even go to the campus. But on the other hand, I feel like studying online just make me feel like I just woke up and then study. It should be alright. But if I have to go to the campus, I'm like, I have to wake up early in the morning, especially like 6 o'clock in the morning, and just like prepare everything to go to school, catching a train. You know how long? It's 1.5 hours from here, so it's just crazy just to think about it. Cause like I've never imagined that I'm gonna go to school again, but eventually I hope that next unit or maybe next semester that I can go back to school, cause that will be my last semester out of my bachelor degrees. It's gonna be insanely fun, I guess, but hopefully I get to meet a lot of people. But for now, like I only meet people online, and what crazy about this? Like, let me tell you the story. So I actually have some job that I work out of my study just to get some money, to pay for my expenses. Living in Australia is just like fucking stupid because like everything is expensive. So I have to work for the money and just like get something to pay for. And in a sense, I don't know that my friends that I study with for a long time because like I've known her for like 3 years. We've been working together consistently and just, you know, have a lot of memories together online. Like, I don't know, like, we don't have to meet, like, in the actual way, but I do, like, feel like she's kind of really, you know, the person that I get along with so easily. So, I think back last week, about, uh, 16 or 17 March, or maybe 20, I think, I'm not sure, but she strangely like went and ate at the restaurant that I work at, and I wasn't expecting that was her, cause like, like it's a big world. You never know that you kind of meet the person that you kind of work with all along. But when I was actually doing the job, when I see her, I was like, is that you? I'm like, oh, wow, this is crazy. We hugged each other. We just like I feel so excited, even until now. I just feel so excited that the journey brings us together. And I'm just grateful, like, I saw her for the first time and just like, oh God, this is crazy. Like, after 2 years of doing the job together and just like working on every projects together, I get to see her in person and just like, that is crazy, like, and she said the same thing. She's like, I'm so excited to see you there. And just like, that's crazy, like, because like, I don't expect things to be that way. Like I said, like I mentioned, like sometimes things that we've never expected has always happened. So like you don't have to be prepared for that. Maybe just let it all out. Your emotion or anything, if it feels right to be that way. If you're like being too prepared, you're gonna be like, that's fine, whatever. It's just like the life is not exciting. But yeah, we get to talk and we get to hug each other, and I'm just like so grateful to be with her. I was gonna ask her to go out one day because like we've never really go out a lot. Talking about go out, she's not my age. Like, to be honest, she's not my age. She's like, not sure how old is she, but she's like 40 or something, or 50. But yeah, I believe that she's like a mom's to me. Back when I was sick, I told you guys that I was actually living with my over acidity things. I was really down. I was really have a mental breakdown, and I have no one to like be with, other than my family. But she is the one friend that we would talk about every single things that I have been through during that time period. Like she told me about living a life and just like live to the fullest, even though life is hard, but maybe live to the fullest. You will never know what's going to happen. Just do your best and just try. At least try. And she told me that, like, never apologize for something that you've not do wrong. Like, if you're not doing it wrong, don't apologize for that, because it's just wasting of time and you're not responsible for that because it's not your fault. So I leave for that quote, and just like it's so good to like being myself again. I feel like I found myself like a half, like 20% or 30% of me was actually her, like, because she did a really great job guiding me like to be this and that. And in terms of like doing that, we talked a lot about the design. She was actually giving me like a floor plan drawing so that I can draw it out for her. But I want to apologize because like I was dealing with my sickness and everything, and I wasn't being able to do the job because it was too hard for me at the time. It was just like stuck, and like my life was really procrastinating. I was staying in bed for 3 months, just like not doing anything. So yeah, it's like it's like living with all those sickness is one of the most painful and one of the most like what is it, like darkest time I've ever have in my 20s. Like I'm currently like 23, like 22, well turning 23 um in July, maybe soon. So if you guys want to send gift for anything, I'm like open for that, you know? I'm sorry, but like it's hard, like, you know. But yeah, thankfully I come through to this point. Shout out to my family and shout out to her. Her name is Celinda. Shout out to Celinda. Thank you so much for being with me all the time. Thank you for all the advices. The best person I want to say thank you to is my dad, because he's one of a kind who's actually given me the opportunity to see myself being the person of who I am today. I don't feel close with my dad growing up, but I think that the more I grow up, the more I feel like my dad and me was actually really close. We talk about everything, like a lot, you know, like, and my mom is like, you know, considering her as a best friend already, because we talk like a best friend. Like every time we talked, we kind of leading into an argument. We kind of feel this or that, but like it's like a best friend thing, you know. Like I feel so blessed to have my mom and just like talking about everything freely. My dad. Why am I talking about my family? To be honest, it shouldn't be in this episode, but my dad is the best. Like, I've never talked with my dad, but when I was 19, he was actually visiting me in Australia, and he taught me a lot, like a lot of lessons and so many things to learn from him. You know, like as I grew up, I've never really learned anything from my dad, but I realized that it's because of me. Like I wasn't focused enough on him, so I learned from him, and now I'm the person who I am today. It is so crazy that I've never like think about all those type of thing. But yeah, we were talking a little bit about the birthday. Um, Actually, let me just talk about this. Don't feel pity or anything, but like I've never have like a big party of my birthday because growing up I move a lot, like a lot. So like at the age of 16 I moved to the capital city, which is Phnom Penh. So I was actually throwing like a big birthday party, but it wasn't that good because I was getting into an argument. I feel like some like they need to listen to me like for what I'm doing. So I need attention. I don't know why, but like some at some point I always need attention from the other people around me, which I'm not right now. Like literally I don't need that anymore. But I do once in a while, to be honest. I don't want to lie, but you know, like I've never had a big party or anyone throwing a party for me because it's too much for me to think about. Like, what are they gonna do on my birthday? Back in the last 2 years, like it was like crazy things because like I like we're stuck in the middle of lockdown and I can't go out anywhere. So on my birthday party, or maybe on my birthday, because I don't really have any party for my birthday, so my friends doesn't like be able to get out, and I was actually alone, so I was like, why not? I threw a birthday for myself. I went and buy a balloon and buy a cake or whatever. It was just really inspired, to be honest. I feel like I did something great. I did something for myself, which is really just everything. I tried not to like feel emotional, but like back then I was like, wow, this is crazy. Celebrating your own birthday and feel like it's crazy to be who you are. It's just like do whatever you want. I talked a lot about this. I have a birthday vlog that you guys can go and see on my YouTube channel. It's Kevin K, and there's so many memories on there. So don't forget to check it out. I know that this podcast is kind of really like not that good that you guys are listening to, and so that you guys can go to my YouTube channel, but please check it out. Yeah, it was like a really sad party, like the birthday, but I feel self-centered. I feel self-satisfaction, and until then, like I still like celebrating my birthday. But yeah, last year, thankfully, to my cousins, They throw a big party for me, and it was just crazy. If you see the video of me went crazy because if I see the cake, it's just like crazy because like my cousin's sister, I lived with her when I was in Phnom Penh before I coming back here. Of course, like she did a really great job. She gives me the biggest cake I've ever received in my life, and one of my cousin brother actually bought another cake. So, which means I was just went crazy because I was like, oh my god, finally someone actually doing celebrating my birthday for me. You know, like which I was expecting, but. And that day I wasn't expecting it at all. I was like, just call them because like back then in July last year, I was actually just relieved from my sickness, but I was still sick. You know, like I can't eat anything. Of course, I would just like eating like veggie or anything that I feel like I just want to be alive. Like literally, I consider myself like I want to be alive because I think that maybe at some point I will get to a point where I feel like I need to be the better person, so I need to stay alive. Because like back then it was just really is the darkest time ever in my life because it was just me like stuck at home sitting in a wheelchair and just like not telling anyone, including my family, of course. You know how that feels like. Anyways, I'm not sure if I'm talking too far, so what, so let me know if you guys think that I talk too much. And it is for me, I feel like getting sick for the past months is just giving me the opportunity to think about how I need to look after myself consistently so that I don't forget to like, you know, be myself. But at some point I feel like I'm selfish at the same time because I don't talk too much about my life with my relative or any other people rather than just my close person. You know? Like I only talk to my family. Like I did hiding a lot of information from my family back then because I don't want to be a burden, you know? Like I feel like I'm a burden to a family and just whenever I talk about this, I got emotional because you know why? Because whenever I tell my mom that I'm getting sick, she's just suddenly crying all the time. Like, I don't understand, you know. I'm a proud son, but I made her cry all the time, so I just feel bad. In terms of like feeling all those emotions, I decided to wake up. I decided to move on. I decided to just like taking medicine, eating something nice, and I treat myself so that I got here today. I'm just grateful, you know. I'm just blessed to be here. I'm just blessed to be back again. There are so many things that I want to talk about. But yeah, without me being the strongest person for me, I wouldn't be here today. But thankfully for the people around me, I've never really got to talk about that. But thank you so much to everyone around me who's actually always be there for me. My cousins, relatives, or whatever. At some point, I feel like my cousins is the kind of like the persons that taught me a lot because I grew up with my cousins. I don't really have much friends, of course, growing up. After like I graduated high school, cause I was moving. Like literally, I'm moving. Like at first I moved to Phnom Penh, and then at the age of 18 or 19, I literally moved to Australia, which is crazy, and I wasn't expecting that to happen. Which means I was actually cutting out a lot of friends that I am not close with. Back in uni, I was actually studying uni in Cambodia for 2 years, but those friends now is kind of really like, you know, long distance, and so we kind of not feel close anymore. I don't think I have like a close friend, like a best friend that I talk about anything. Last time I do think that I have, but after I go back to Cambodia, I feel like no. I don't think I have anyone to talk about like out of my cousins, like my family. So like it's hard, like it's rare. Everybody would say like it's really selfish to not consider other people as your friends or like the person that you can talk about everything, you know. But yeah, I don't feel like talking. Like I don't know, maybe like there are like a group of friends that you feel like you're kind of happy, so you just stay happy without thinking about anything. And on the other hand, there are a group of people who's actually really good at listening to you when you're actually talking or sharing about your life, you know. I feel blessed having good friends, but for now, I don't think that I have someone that I can talk to or rely on other than like my lover or my family, you know. And I'm just so grateful that I have someone that I feel like I can talk to, especially my loved ones. Like, I'm grateful. Okay, enough about the episode of just like living in the sickness, lover, school, uni, or whatever. Let's talk about real life, like right now. I am literally like record this podcast in bed. I literally got inspired by Emma Chamberlain to do my podcast because I feel like so free. Like I feel like I'm so free talking about my life. Like it just it's just leading me to a point where I feel like it's comfortable, just like to be in bed and record the podcast because, why not? And I love Emma Chamberlain. I got like a lot because like she is the person who has actually inspired me to be who I am, and just like a part of my life is just a part of her. Like I feel like why not just do anything? Get the fuck out there, just do your job and feel like everything is great. Like she mentioned, like sometimes you just have to get a coffee, go for it, and just like act like nothing happened. You have to act like, like you in a fucking movie dramas. Like I can't literally copy everything she said, but like it just it's just great. Like I love you, Emma Chamberlain. If you like listening to the podcast, or maybe everyone that does know that Emma Chamberlain is my literally number one inspirational person. Like living alone is just kind of really hard, but I see her like she's like living alone without any concern. So I feel like why not? I do like live alone for quite a long time. I've been independent for about 6 years, but at some point I feel like sometimes you do have a mental breakdown once in a while. But yeah, you have to fight for that. If we have like a mental breakdown, we kind of need to find the information that we need to look for. And that's the best for us because, you know yourself best. Just like do something that makes you happy. I say it all the time. Like, do what makes you happy, live to the fullest. Self love is priceless. Literally, you have to love yourself first before the other people. And I believe that everybody deserves the same thing. Whatever you want, other people want the same thing as you. Like, literally, all they want just to be happy, having money, spending amount of money just to make them happy, live with the person they love, and just, live to the fullest until they die or whatever. And moving back to the episode of today, I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for enrolling in my life. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here who I am today. And it's currently like 16 degrees here in the morning. It's just like crazy. I've been recording this podcast for about 36 minutes or like 33 minutes, and I'm just so free right now. Like I literally feel like it's amazing to like lay down and talk about how you feel, and I don't know, it just feels great. But today I'm going to meet the person I love the most, which is crazy, right? Because I just feel so excited because last night I was actually trying to sleep early because I have to wake up early so that I can travel. Oh, I want to get out of the house today. I don't want to stay at home anymore. Like it feels so stressful. But I've been working on my assignment for the past 4 days, and it's crazy that I finish it all up. I submit the assignment last night around 11:50, which I was really tired at the time. I wasn't being able to eat anything because I was like eating at night. It's just not good for me at the moment. So I stopped eating, and sorry about that. My nose is just not good at the moment. I feel sick already. But yeah, talking about eating at nighttime, it is not good at all. Like literally, it's not good. Like whenever you want to eat at night, it's just like not good to be honest. Cause I've been there. Like back in last months, I eat at night all the time. Literally, like I feel like I ate because I feel hungry. Like even right now, I feel so hungry because last night I was actually eating dinner at 4 or 5 p.m. and now it's literally 8 a.m. in the morning. It's just like I'm not eating anything or drinking anything. I feel starving, so I need to get something to eat, and I need to start, like dressing up, go to meet the person, and I have a long day ahead. So I guess that is the final topic of this episode. Don't eat too much at night. Make sure you drink a lot of water every day, and yeah, stay healthy, stay safe, and thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. I really appreciate you guys. Um, I don't know if like 10 people is gonna listening to this podcast or not, because I think that it's gonna be a boring episode at some point, but I enjoy talking. Like literally, if you guys want to listen to this podcast, like tuning in every day, I mean every week, because this podcast is all about whatever. Let's talk. Like we just talk about random topic, random thing, and just like try to enjoy the moment. Why not? Everything that we talk about is confidentially. No, it's not, because I shared everything about my life to you guys. So maybe keep it a secret. I don't know. If you guys are listening to it, just keep it a secret, or like maybe listen to everything that you guys want to listen, and at some point there are some points that you guys don't want to listen, just ignore it. Do it. It's fine. Really, I don't mind. Like, anyways, I need to end this episode now, and I have to go because I need to go and shower and just like doing my job today, because I have no school. Literally, today is just a free day. Because let's talk about me becoming a vegetarian next time. But now I have to sign off because I got many things to do ahead, and just we've been talking for like 30 minutes. It's 36 minutes already, so I think it should be fine to like taking a break right now and end this episode. We can talk later on, and thank you guys once again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next week. Have a great day, guys. Bye.